What's up, fam? This is me, Jay. Wanted to speak about references and communication. References. Being able to refer somebody to a particular place or location. And why this is so important in communication. And maybe to get a little bit more cognizant of ourselves and how we communicate towards one another, because it's the basic building blocks of society. If you can't communicate with another party or another person, you can't facilitate anything more beyond that, including like a community, neighborhood, county, city, state, nation, country. None of that can happen unless we have some type of way or some type of ability to be able to communicate with each other effectively, right? That's where we bring in references. Oftentimes when we get into a dispute, when we get into a debate, discussion, whatever it may be, we just put forth what it is that we're trying to get across, but we usually don't have something tangible to be able to be like, hey, the reason that I'm putting this forward like this is because of this, and this is what I found, this is what I know to be real, or this is what I feel to be real. And so that person has an opportunity to be able to go look at that, go over it, and be like, you know what, after looking at that, based upon what I seen, I have to change my position. Or it could be like, you know what, I see that's going on over here, but I think you might need to also take this into account so you can put the whole thing into context. We don't really get into it with each other to try and find a solution. Most of the times we're just trying to make our own position, just to be dominant or whatever it may be. And it's quite childish at times, It's like we each have an individual life that we choose to live. And if we're living it right, we're living it with honesty. We're not really worried about anybody else anyways. When we usually communicate with somebody else, it's to facilitate something, or to give something to somebody. And rather than take from somebody. So there's no issue in communication when your intent is actually to do something kind of beneficial for somebody else other than yourself, although you will receive a benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? The cycle always continues. You give and you get, and you give. It's a circle when you look at it, because it's going out. Think about it, it's coming in, going out, coming in, going out, coming in. And when we pay attention to this, most of us are paying attention to a cycle that's coming this way, inwardly. When we focus on it like that, then guess what? You're going to have things that are going to be taken away from you, because your focus is on in. The universe is going to come and be like, well, you received some stuff, so you're going to have to give some stuff. It's got to be equal. This is how the whole entire system continues. It's called balance, right? So when we go out trying to facilitate communication, using references in order to show somebody, hey, what I'm trying to do is not to trick you, is not to coerce you into anything that is gonna hurt you, but is actually gonna be of a benefit towards you, then we can actually start to get this thing together, truly, not just in an imaginary fashion, but actionable steps, and it's each based on the individual, ourselves, walking in the light that we wish to see within the world. Oftentimes, we have our critiques and comments on everything in the fucking universe. But yet, when we turn around and we go walk within our own daily lives, we're not even abiding by the things that we say ourselves. It's like we get a bunch of programmed words of communication in our minds, and we just decide to just start spitting them out because they sound good. Fuck all that. It's about being about it, walking. You know what I'm saying? For real, substance, content. It's really what things are boiling down to within the world, the direction that it's going in, why all of these different things are happening, all these people are getting called out. It's not for no reason, and they're not separated incidences. All of it is a congruency in the direction of what's happening, so to speak, in our time, And once we can recognize that, it's like, then you can start navigating kind of yourself, your life, and heading to the place that you, as an individual, choose to on behalf of the Most High, based off of your will. Anyways, fam, I know this is a little bit of a longer one, but I really wanted to show the importance of communication and references. Letting somebody else have the ability to be able to go see why you came to a particular conclusion, so that way they can come up with the same conclusion themselves. You know, and then you guys could be in agreement and we could really get things moving in the proper direction, because our kids' life depends on it. Straight up. Because whatever we got going on now, this shit ain't cracking. It ain't happening. You know? And it's a bunch of illusionary things. You have to be prim and proper. Have to be in a particular... Nah. That is what it's been. And obviously, it don't work. So it's insanity to continue doing the same thing over and expecting different results. You know, that's like a new age axiom, you know, that we've all come to know, but I don't think we usually utilize, you know. All these sayings that have come down through history, they all have a gigantic ass truth to them. And they do actually have a utilization to them. And if you abide by the principles, things will elevate. You know, even when it's hard, you just use it as a principle. You use that as your reason to do the hard thing, you know, and watch the results. Anyways, family, just wanted to give out this importance of communication, you know, facilitating things between us. Anyways, I leave you with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and the Moorish American way.